games in a row.
That's the can.
Actually, 5 games in a row, right? I think actually. No. It got banned. It got banned actually in their last
But
game.
either
last
way,
series, yeah.
the fact we're on about one hero here, I feel like this is a scenario where you can let them have it still. I don't think it's a big concern. If the SD's banned, the Centaur's banned, you've got all these kind of simple setups for it. I think, yeah, let them have it if they want. I don't think EG shouldn't be scared about the Mirana. They're scared about the fact that they get to the end of their draft and they aren't ticking all the boxes to how can we deal with this last pick, for example. So that's the big concern for EG. And we might see the first pick Mirana come in again. I kind of hope not.
I think that's a bit of a trap in this spot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very hesitant to do that. That is what I love to see. The Fury, and finally it sneaks through an opening ban phase and snapped up immediately by Crazy. I know they're confident playing this as both a support and for Keizu, and it's just such an incredible hero on the patch. I think this is the right move here.
Yeah, this type of pick, it kind of sets you up to decide by the end of the second phase, that's when you go, is it support, is it core? I don't want to see them make the mistake that I believe Na'Vi did earlier today, where they kind of pushed the Nature's Prophet into the core role so early on that it got countered so easily.
And already now the double shield going to come out. Grimstroke Void Spirit. Formidable combo allows EG to just get in on top of this Fury and take him down, but I might have preferred a different melee hero to partner up with it. I know Doom's not really in the meta, but big fan. They immediately get Ember Spirited. But this, to me, this is why I like the Furion so much. Because now you probably know your mid matchup. Ember favored throughout both the laning phase and the game against a Void Spirit. But in addition, you have the ability to play aggressive. Ember can not just dive and find a kill. Now there's a Furion behind him. You'll be able to collect an objective too. And this is one of the reasons I think this Furion is just so high value right now.
Yeah, but the main factor I see here, though, is the instant response of the fact you have this double wave clear coming out on the side of EG, and you still have so many more picks to complement that as well. If Furion's a core, his ability to pressure the map is a little bit lower. You can put the Grimstroke just in this lane, push out by himself, take away that pressure, means that you can have the other 4 heroes trying to make moves. Same again with the Void Spirit. He can stand in front. Sure, he could get maybe jumped by an Ember, but it's going to be a simple game. And yeah, again, the classic Earth Spirit on Crypt, it's such a tempo setter. And
yeah, and when it comes to the laning stage, I feel like if this is a position 3 Furion, he's really gonna struggle. The Earth Spirit can rotate, the Grimstroke is actually really good against him. If you get like a Riki carry, which we know that Arteezy likes to play, and he just jumps the Furion with the Inkswell, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, big combo actually from EG is it's the classic. So Tiger and Sania combo would have been the Earth Spirit and the Grimstroke. It's the fact that you put the Inkswell onto the Earth Spirit, he rolls in, and then you have that stun. So not only do you roll onto them, you then have this layered stun as well coming in as well. So it's a very nice little combo to set up on this Ember Spirit. You need to have as much lockdown as you can for him because you don't want to get away.
Let me see little dance moves coming out from our AR figures in front of the screen. Not that we can see them, of course. That's just for you guys at home. In fact, this entire tournament's for you guys at home, so we do hope you enjoy. Feel free to spread the love. Huh?
Sorry, can you not break the immersion, please? We can see these in person here.
Feel free to get involved with the stream using the hashtag WePlay2Save. That's the number 2, hashtag WePlay2Save. You want to talk to us, ask questions, request interviews, anything you'd like. Unfortunately, no, I cannot remove T-Govna from the panel. It is required that he be here.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, I got nothing left on the notes.
To be honest, now that I saw this Shaker on Crazy, I would have rather seen a Shaker than the Earth Spirit on the side of EG, definitely. I feel like it would be so good against the Ember. It would be a good combo with the, what do you call the second spell of the Grimstroke? So
don't tell him.
The Phantom Embrace.
That's
nice.
Right. Easy. Good job, sir.
Good job, man. Good job.
Easy, easy. You guys didn't know, actually. You would say it if you knew. You would say it if you knew.
No, we're trying to help you get better at your job, man. You can't just not know mechanics.
Can't just turn up.
Please.
Yeah, exactly.
You're an analyst. You should know all the mechanics.
When we talk about a specific scenario of when he rolls in with the Inkswell, with the Phantom Breast coming in over the top and the move speed of both of them, you need to know the exact time it will connect. Don't be so silly.
And
please.
Speaking of connecting, what do we think about a Darkseer into an Ember Spirit and then the immediate snap pick Ench from Crazy? I love that choice because you just straight up deal with them in the laning phase, removing the ion shells.
Crazy. They have some really scary laning setups. You're going to have this Ench potentially 5 against the Darkseer in lane. You're going to have a really strong Fury in lane as well. Juggernaut does not really care about this ion shell, so...
Did they just leave him susceptible to getting T8 here, or is that hero not as powerful anymore?
It is still extremely powerful, and it's very much open. Once we flick back to the draft screen and see what bans are in play, I think we can make a more educated guess on what this last pick could be, but
I mean, it will likely be the mid, or rather the carry hero, actually, unless Arteezy wants
Oh,
to
the
play
Void Spirit. Yeah, sorry, yeah, it will be
But
carry.
I've seen Arteezy's Void Spirit.
Is Ursa still in the pool?
Ursa or
It's
Riki?
pretty solid.
I like both Ursa and Riki.
I've seen Riki win a ton of games as well. That hero is wild, and you have an Ion Shield set up, surging
You
forwards.
don't really care about
find
Juggernaut
kills.
either. You get Omni Slash, get out of there, tricks a trade.
Yeah, you don't care about Omni Slash. You're really good against the Ember Spirit. I feel like it could be a good pick. Also, the Ursa that you mentioned, mainly because of the Roche potential, would also be good.
Only concern is, how do you keep your towers alive? How do you kill towers with the last pick, Riki? Your 3 cores wouldn't have much structure damage at all.
I think we saw in the series of, is it Nigma Secret, where Nigma had no ability to end the game. They had no right to win, do any siege, but because of their outplays, they were able to do that. And I think Alchemist. Oh, we go back to the Alchemist.
Speaking of outplays, we got some Alch plays incoming. Really
Juggernaut
curious
does
to hear
pretty well.
Synderen's take on this one, as again, because of this Alchemist pick, it is very safe to say that this is now an Alchemist game.
It is, that is true. And Juggernaut does pretty well in these Alchemist games. If you get that Omni Slash onto him, if the Alch wants to go Manta, then maybe, but yeah, I feel like Crazy's draft a little bit, but I think, yeah, EG's got this.
I mean, it just comes down to the Alch, right? Does he get ahead? Is he far enough ahead? But to your point, I love the Furion. I love the tempo that Crazy can play with here, because it's not just about finding the kills, it's going high ground. You'll have a healing ward, you find 1 or 2 pickoffs, and suddenly your Ember, Fury, and Jug, they can go in, they can make plays. Your Shaker will have a fast blink because you get so many structures, and he's always there ready to counter-initiate. I think Crazy, and again, has a draft edge. Do you guys agree?
I'm not sure they have a draft edge. I don't see them actually invading this Alchemist. That's how I feel. I feel like Grimstroke can defend the towers, right? And then the Alchemist is going to get enough farm. The Ember is going to dive him. He's going to get those kills. But if they don't get the tier 1s down fast enough, which I think they won't, they are not going to win this game.
It's all about the first T1s, take them quick, close out the map, and then maybe Crazy can. But I feel like EG's draft, it's too clean to look at, and I think they might take this.
All right, so we've got some EG believers on my panel. Casters, what are you guys thinking, Sind and Sons fan?
Synderen, tell us how it's an Alchemist game. Explain.
Yeah, actually, I'm very curious to hear.
I'm feeling EG as well here. This is kind of giving me slight OG at TI vibes, where you have this Alchemist with Darkseer, and then you have a mid guy who just has this Chaos hero that just buys time and fights all over the place with the teammates he has to play with. There's just so much going on to make space for Alch.
No one better at playing with time than a Void Spirit, as he does come from the Eternal Void. Thank you guys, and take us away for Game 4. We love
Exactly
you.
what they were going for, Kyle. I think. I mean, another concern I have a little bit when I look at Craziest Draft is, how do you make plays? Like, you have Ember Spirit as kind of your only playmaker until Shaker gets a blink. Your Furion, I wouldn't call a playmaker. He like contributes to plays unless he has like specific items, right? So everything is item reliant except of Ember. It seems difficult to me to shut down Alch. And when I saw this last pick opening for EG, I was thinking to myself, they're going to pick Alch again, just like game 2, and they're going to struggle to deal with it. Was it game 1? Whatever it was. They're going to struggle to deal with it in the exact same way. What you want to see from Crazy this game is fast tower push, right? You have Ench, Furion, and Juggernaut. Play fast, get towers, get an advantage, and shut down the Alchemist. Don't let him farm for 15 minutes like last time. It's not going to work.
Thanks for that insight, Synderen. Really love how you're setting us up for this
wasn't listening at all to what
Alchemist
Synderen said. I don't know about you guys.
game. He said Alchemist a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's what you want to know. There's no...
actually,
is there truly another hero in Dota?
While we have the panel, Synderen, I do want to ask them a question, because we talked about this earlier. I already know your opinion.
Okay.
Kyle and panel, what do you think of Juggernaut Aghanim Scepter? Fans or not fans?
It's really bad. I saw it in games, and it's really, really bad. I actually firsthand saw that it doesn't do much.
Return on investment, not
Exactly.
It's maybe like a late game, you buy the Ags and that's
Exactly. So Sind has a lot of experience with swift strokes that don't last very long, and I think that it's just not worth the gold. It's just not worth the gold. There's other items you need more.
It's like 0.8 seconds and done, right?
Kyle, it's Swift Strike, not Swift Stroke, Kyle.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for clarifying.
Didn't know you were into
though.
that.
Now,
Sorry, my bad.
We're out of here.
Stroke
You're in
is
charge.
what you
I'm
get
not doing
if
your job.
You know, I hope you don't have a Swift Stroke, Kyle. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. So I really don't hope you have a stroke, dude.
Well, speaking of Swift, looks like we're back in the game, Cinder, and thank you so much, panel.
We're back. The Sunsman is still here. We're all safe. It's okay.
Segues are the best. They're the easiest thing. You could literally say anything and say, great segue. That was a joke.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of conversation. It's the beauty of language in general. Looks like EG are grouping up here.
Can I quickly just ask you one question? Is there a hero that... no? Okay.
Okay, yes, please. Now
Is there a hero that takes more attention than Alchemist in a game? Is there a hero that, like, is more of a centerpiece in general in Dota? You think Arc Warden is more of a centerpiece than Alchemist?
Well, it's in a different way, I guess. I understand what you're saying. The way that you're saying, yeah, it's Alchemist.
I feel like whenever this hero is in the game, that is really that's like the focus of both teams in every game, if it's a core at least. He will always determine the way the game is played.
That's an Alchemist game.
Yeah, it's an Alchemist game. There you go. All right. Arteezy is really trying to get a bounty rune.
He really is. He wants it super bad.
Not working very well.
EG will end up getting... Well, they have one right now, and the only one, actually. 1 out of 4. Arteezy's in a very weird spot. He's in the jungle. It's a little too early to jungle on Alchemist, I do believe. Unless you're a Sir Action Slacks believer. And go straight Radiance without any other items to farm the jungle. It's going to be Ryoya versus Bryle again. This time Ember versus Void Spirit. So we've seen Void Spirit every single game as Bulba has to TP out in the top lane. So bad start for him overall. What are your thoughts on the brothers fighting each other in the mid lane? Who is favored?
I think this lane for the most part is... We've had a lot of lanes like this today. I feel like it's even, honestly. I don't think there's a clear favorite in this, but the reason you see a lot of Ember Spirit picked against Void Spirit is that he can match the tempo, right? When Void Spirit starts rotating and making moves, Ember is just as quick to connect. You have, maybe on a bigger scale, outside of the laning stage, you have a really reliable catch against the Void Spirit and the Slight Chains with long reach. So you can actually run him down. If he is struggling in the fight and needs to reset out, Ember can stay on his tails, because he actually has one more remnant than you do. So he can overextend that a little bit extra.
Is this normal, by the way? I know it's not normal, but how common is it for an Alchemist not to take
dead
greed?
To the tower.
Oh, Bulba died? Okay, very good. Not taking greed level 1. I think if you're playing in an unfavored lane, like against Nature's Prophet, the Acid Spray effectively gives you more net worth because you force the Treants out. They can't stay in the Acid Spray along with the Grimstroke pressure. So this way, yes, you don't get the greed, but you get every CS, more or less, at least in the beginning, as the Treants get forced away. You can see Arteezy sitting on a nice 9 CS, or 8 CS, sorry, to the 3 of Nature's Prophet. Which is a very bad start for Nature's Prophet in the lane to have this little. However, as we pointed out, Bulba's laning stage is also pretty terrible. But at the very least, he managed to stack a wave. He got a death for it, but now he's reaping the reward. He's going to get this wave and a half in tower. Crit's probably giving him solo XP here, trying to pull the next wave, I would imagine. And they keep playing this like push and pull mentality in the lane where instead of trying to fight head on, which they kind of can't, they just get whatever they can. Would Arteezy have taken greed if they got 2 bounty runes?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't know, actually. He probably would, but he might have regretted it afterwards.
Yeah, because this is actually, you're right, this Acid Spray has done work so far.
It's really, really useful in this lane.
Pretty cool. I love seeing this out-of-the-box type mentality from these pro players. Yep. I mean, I think Thompson is probably the best at it, right? Just adapts on the fly, buys Diffusal on Gyro, even though he's literally never done it before, apparently. I mean, pretty cool stuff from these guys that are just... innovating the game of Dotes, as you like to see. Oh, Moon Meander going for the courier. Boom! Destroyed. Big punch.
Smacked him. He got his item, though. So, it's annoying, but it's not the biggest of deals, as long as you get your items delivered. It would really suck if Arteezy's courier got killed before I got, for example, Soul Ring. But for now, I honestly think this bottom lane is good to go. I think they've already won it, and now it's just about how much more advantage can you gain. Like, there's no way Shaker and Nature's Prophet get a kill down here. How are they ever getting a kill in this lane?
Well, mid lane, we're going to have a gank onto Bryle. It is the 3 Spirit Brothers fighting amongst each other. Looks like Void Spirit will be teamed up by his brother Earth Spirit, and they hate Ember. The lore implications, what does this mean? Bryle will live, though.
just barely. Now there's TP support coming in the form of Enchantress, but a nice pick off from Crit. There at the right time, ends up getting the trade as AUI picks up a level here in the mid lane now.
Yeah. And even that forced rotation on AUI is not that important, just because that's a really important rune deny. They had sent Bulbut back to base at the same time top, so the cost of porting Ench mid here is like almost non-existent. Like, all he loses is a little bit of farm top, but he didn't give any space away. And usually what happens in these early laning stages is, on top of the 90 gold that you spend teleporting, you generate space in a different lane. But if nobody is there to take it, it's a null play, right? It's a null, it doesn't do anything. And therefore, this rotation, honestly, they should be really happy with getting this return kill. It's really not that bad for Crazy. Oh, Arteezy is starting to get a bit low bottom now.
Arteezy is a bit low, but he does have support and fly, who has a Stroke of Fate available, and just hit level 4, in fact. So feeling okay with himself. And look, yeah, looks like he's going to be fine. Mumiander going for another potential courier kill. They are getting a little faster now, though. The swift feet, as it were. And
not
looks like the bounty here will be taken. Oh, actually going for the kill first. Mumiander.
Fissure.
He is... The miss chance, it's there. But here comes Crit, and down he goes. So they find it regardless. Can you think of a game so far in Dota professionally, anything coming up the top of your head, where we've had all 4 Spirit Brothers?
No, Void Spirit is too new.
Like, Void Spirit would probably have to be the off lane to get a... Or maybe even Ember safe lane for Storm being the game. As he's going to get destroyed mid lane. Mumiander will have to TP in just to gain a little bit of levels.
This time they're definitely making sure Ryoya has a much better time than previous game. And if the first 2 games are anything to go by, he's going to pop off from this kind of early advantage. Moonmeander's going to die again here.
Moonmeander now.
Another easy kill
stun
for
action
Ryoya.
and the Inkswell, not even needed. Resonant Pulse, more than enough. Ryoya is level 6
Ember needs to not die now.
In fact,
he needs to really
Ember
not
is level
die
5.5.
If Brawl dies now, this is absolutely terrible.
EG doesn't have a ton of mana to speak of. In fact, Ryoya getting pretty low.
He got a regen.
We'll find a regen rune though. Oof. All right, they can actually maybe go back in on this if they want.
Yeah, they could. They know Flame Bar's on cooldown. But there's 2 wards. Wow, okay. Brawl is having none of it. They have arrows, wards on both sides of the river. I don't know why.
Continuing the pressure.
Okay. Good damage.
Doesn't look like he's going to go any further though. He's trying to get low. Here come the remnants. Oh, nice dodge, Ryoya. Oh, but more incoming. Ryoya has to pop his pulse again. It looks like he might feed to Bryle. So a nice turnaround here. Mumiander there with a little support as well, as the tier 1 tower is taken out, in fact denied by Fly Top. Crit's going to get the silence. Juggernaut pushed away. That kill, I think, might have equalized things. I've had to look at the experience overall. Experience-wise, very even in the mid lane now.
Ember's
in terms of net worth,
on gold, 500.
yeah, he's ahead. Wow.
That's a big kill.
But Void Spirit didn't have a killing spree, Cinder, so you have nothing to complain about.
No, he was. The difference is the 2 kills they got on Ember were more assisted than this one. Ember got a lot more of the overall kill gold, and the net worth of the hero he killed was higher, right? So he reaps way more of a reward on this kill than on the previous ones. So yeah, Brawl should be feeling pretty good about himself, getting that level 6 turned into an immediate kill, the instant punish. He's still. I mean, arguably it's even, right? There was a creep wave coming in for Ryoya that we didn't account for, so. But yeah, in terms of the bigger picture of the game, the bigger picture of the game, Juggernaut managed to get the top tier 1, and he's rotated bottom to take the bottom tier 1. This is really good stuff. This is how you want to play this game. Push the lane out, do building damage over and over and over again, keep chipping away, and eventually get these towers so that you can invade and shut down Alchemist, who, similar to the last Alchemist game, has been relatively untouched, right? Arteezy just made a double stack for himself, he farmed well in the bottom lane, and now it's EG's job to make their own moves with the Void Spirit. As Fly's low, he is actually not dying.
Remnants coming in,
barely.
and that's going to be enough to take him out.
On the edge. If that Remnant doesn't connect, it will take a long time. He had infinite cooldown on Sleight of Fist. But, yep, they got him. And the bottom tower. So good stuff here from Skitter.
Yep,
yeah, you got to look to Ryoya, and you got to look to Crit right now for EG. That's where the plays are going to come in. That's where they're going to put pressure on the map so that Arteezy gets his space. Ideally, they team up with Darkseer, but Bulbous game is really bad. He's lowest net worth in the game, minute 9.
Again.
On the offlaner, and level 5. It is really tough time. So he needs to have his teammates bring him back in the game with Iron Shell. And they're trying to do just that in mid.
Yeah, they're going to jump on top of Ryoya. Is crazy, but he's super healthy. Boba's taking most of the Omni Slash, but it gets transferred to Fly, who might get spun down there very shortly. As Boba on the way out as well. Very low HP. Looks like he'll die one way or the other. And it ends up being a 2-for-0 in favor of Crazy. Now AUI taking a little bit of damage here. Of course, at this stage of the game, Ryoya versus Bryle, I feel like Ember definitely has the advantage. Level 4 Flame Guard blocking pretty much all the damage from... and of course you have Searing Chains that can lock down Void Spirit, and you can't use anything. You probably have to go Yules this game, 100%.
Yeah, you would imagine he goes that first item again. All right, big time here.
Stun. Yeah,
Outposts and bounty runes more importantly. The bounties are more important than the outposts when you have Alchemist. So let's see if EG will be able to grab any. Nice chains. Crit tried to get one, didn't manage. He's going to die for it instead. Echo.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
he's the Echo as well. Yeah. All right, and the tip, unfortunately, doesn't go directly into your gold for Dota, just Dota Plus. But still important to understand that distinction. I mean, that's the ultimate taunt. You're giving them gold to help. That's how much confidence you have, right? That would be
I wonder how many tips
a great
would be
TI
used.
Battle Pass thing.
Like, if it gave just a little bit, if players would still do it. It is like 50 gold.
You'd ask the enemy team, hey, could you give me 5 gold, please? Please, I need it.
Mid lane
initiation. Juggernaut is silenced and taken out in a very quick succession. As Bryle, very confident here. 1v3. He does have AUI in the back line. But Ryoya with that double damage is something to fear for sure. No charges on his ult though for now.
Yeah, he had to burn both to get the Jugger and the burst, but that's well worth it. That's the highest net worth enemy hero. It is also ultimately going to be Crazy's solution to Alchemist, because they have no other serious single target damage. So if Jugger can't kill this guy in an Omni Slash, who's going to kill him? Like, who is going to kill Alk? Okay, Bryle found Bulba. He's close to level 7.
Is he playing position 4 again?
I mean, he is technically position 3 in his team if you look at the net worth right now. Oh, no, he got overtaken by one. Dude, these bottom 3 on EG look really weak. The
problem is these other heroes don't... I mean, I guess Grimstroke can be super powerful with the right items, but it's Fly. He's not going to be playing that. And then Crit, I mean, how much can you get on an Earth Spirit? Like an Ags late game or something?
There are
like Darkseid just has to get back in this game.
Really useful items in this game. You talked about the Yules for Void Spirit. It's good for Earth Spirit for the same reason. I think Lotus Orb has a place in this game. It's really good against Ember Chains, and it's good against Jugger in protecting against Omni Slash for the Alchemist, for example. There are definitely... Lotus Orb to me is a super high skill item. It's maybe, in many ways, maybe the most high skill item in Dota together with Manta Style, with like perfect usage and how much that can impact a team fight. BKB is up there too, but a lot of the time it's kind of self-explanatory how you use it. Whereas the other items have like really serious timing potentials. So for a player like Crit, an item like Lotus Orb is always a treat to watch because he's like really mechanically gifted. And has super good understanding of how to use items like that. So I think that's the kind of item he will look for. He will also counter a more or less inevitable Orchid that you could, I mean, you should probably see coming out on Nature's Prophet. For now, Kezu's going auras, though. Maybe they're just playing for an aura timing where they go Vlad's mech, and then they try to push with their Jugger. I don't see them piercing base. I just don't see it.
They're going to jump in onto Jug again, and it's enough. The silence is beautiful. The layering, amazing. Another silence coming in the form of Phantom Embrace. Oh, it looks like Crit will get blocked off just a little bit. It's attempting to run away. They're going to get the vision with Sprout. And now Ryoya doing the brunt of the damages. Crit will live to see another day thanks to that roll. Kezu getting initiated on. We see Echo Slam onto a couple heroes. Looks like Fly will take most of that damage though. So it's a 2-for-1 as EG now on the run. As Ryoya goes back into, I mean...
that's pretty good actually.
Oh, he's actually coming back in. The Crit coming back in as well. That's a lot of damage being applied. And even the illusion from Darkseer doing a little... it's poking.
If there was anything else in the tank there, anything, that's 2 or 3 kills from Ryoya.
Yeah, that's true.
But keep in mind, this whole fight was 4v5 for about a minute. And that means there's one chunky boy who's getting very rich. Oh, this is a good Omni
Full
Slash.
minute.
Only got
That's
one.
going to be the death of Grimstroke. Soulbind
not that
onto
good,
2, but nothing really to follow it up with. Ryoya will get away just
It
fine.
leads into the tier 1 tower, and that's the big deal. I thought maybe they had some sort of follow-up to get the secondary kill, but they didn't. So,
As you can see, the Radiance, of course, online for
decent fissure.
Arteezy. And I believe he has another item coming to
That's a
him.
very timely Blink Dagger on Moon Meander. That's very good. 14 minutes. And on top of that, he even found an Arcane Ring as his neutral item. This is, in many ways, the best neutral item for Shaker. You have mana problems, and when you go for this Tranquils build, you see some players go Soul Ring to compensate. You see some players try to get fast level 10 for the mana talent. When you have this Arcane Ring, 10 intelligence plus 75 mana restore, it's kind of the same as your 10 talent you get for free. So
Where do
There's
you?
more than enough
Where
in
do
the
pros normally put the mango tree? Would you say?
honestly,
Because in my pubs are not super high level, Cinder, and it's like divine or whatever. It's almost always in fountain. It never gets killed, and you just have mango the rest of the game.
Yeah, a decent amount is in base. Some are close to the Roche Pit, but I feel like that's becoming less and less. And the rest are usually around your safe part of the jungle, such as this one that Crazy have right now. Although I don't really like this placement. I feel like it's way too easy to find. You can make it a lot more hidden. But, you know, for now it gets the job done. Good vision, gives them mangoes. That's kind of what the item does right now. But
Really? I didn't know that. Wow.
yeah, good talk.
Thanks, Cinderin. This is a an alchemist game with mango trees that drop mangoes, actually. Shocking developments here
Good.
on the WeSave charity event. This tier 1 tower will be taking a beating here from Arteezy and company. And by company, I mean mostly the creeps, but he is backed up by pretty much his whole team. Boba working towards that mech, actually pretty close to finishing it. So he'll be of some use in these fights. Sorry, I'm being hard. I love Bulba. I know
He's
people
had
think
a
we'd
really
be
tough
mean,
game. He also got counterpicked, to be fair. He's playing against Jugger, and it's a really bad lane matchup for Darkseer. So it's not easy at all.
Have they seen this ES blink? They scan, so they know
Don't think they
something's
know.
coming.
I don't think they know.
This brings me back
the
to
saving grace brings you back to...
well, to this fight, Cinder. In his mid lane first,
Okay.
Enchantress will be taken out, and Soulbind in the top lane now. It's going to be a double concoction. No, the Yules beautifully played. Not going to get the double concoction after all. A vacuum into the wall, only going to connect on one, but there's the Echo Slam onto 2 heroes. The silence to follow. Looks like Arteezy might be wanting to get out of here, as Bulba will take the Omni Slash for his team, but it's okay. He's not worth that much as the 1-for-1 across the board.
The fortunate thing for Bulba is mech is a lot cheaper this patch. So he starts with this, he gets this headdress relatively early. Mech costs 1,875. What a god tier item that is right now, this item. So cheap. The build up is nice too. You want the chainmail on Darkseer, you want some armor, you want the regen, and then you're almost there. So even in a terrible game, you can get a high impact item.
No. Moon blocked himself in. I was about to compliment him, and then he did that. As the jump in now from Ryoya, Mumiata can only watch in horror as his teammates are getting... Well, never mind. His teammates have come to help now. Ryoya now on the run. Ensnare from the Searing Chains. Do they have enough damage to actually take him out? He gets the stun, and here comes Alchemist in the meantime. Looks like the concoction will be enough to take out the Nature's Prophet. So it's a 1-for-1.
Oh, he's so
As
fast,
Grimstroke, I believe, was
dude.
dead before that. Skeeter now on the run. Manta
He
style
has
intel.
840 move speed with Surge.
Nice Searing Chains onto 2. As I believe
Bonkers, man.
that EG will now attempt to run away, because Alchemist has absolutely no mana to speak of. Buyback onto the Nature's Prophet, so he's going to be here very shortly. There's Searing Chains onto 2. Vacuum to try to help out, but not a whole lot of follow-up.
Oh, that's a
Crit
good
doing
fissure.
his best.
Sprout.
Soulbind onto 2 now to follow. See if they can get anything on top of that. Doesn't look like Arteezy will tumble along with Bulba. And EG just getting rolled over in this fight. Fissure from Moon Meander into the Enchant Totem. And Bryle is unstoppable. But anyway, what I was saying, Cinderin, this takes me back to the OG days. Where Moon Meander owned with Earthshaker, I believe, at the Frankfurt Major in their first major win. He was unbelievable. And Crit was on that team too, right? playing a lot of Earth Spirit, I'm sure.
Think so.
So, how things have changed, huh?
Yeah, and at the same time, they
Same
haven't.
heroes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Nope, Searing Chains does miss. It looks like it will not further pursue anything here. So a 4K lead against an Alchemist.
Yeah, this is really good news for Crazy. They're in a good spot in this game. And the thing they've done so well this game compared to the previous one against Alk is they've managed to this time cover themselves better into a possible Alchemist pick by having more tower push and more aggressive potential. And they're playing at this game. If they get this kill on Artor, that would be huge. He's fine though. He's in the middle of a creep wave. Almost has a heart. He actually has the gold now. And that will be the first real challenge, I think, for Crazy now. Will be, can they actually kill this guy now? Well,
Kezu is
in trouble.
Probably
Mech.
dead. Gets off the
He's still
the
living.
mech and the hood. Very tanky boy.
Okay.
Gonna continue on. Moon Meander waiting with the Echo Slam. Has it available, but not gonna use it. It's gonna be a 1-for-1. I think EG will take that for sure, though. Off lane for a support.
Especially given how deep they dove for that. Usually these kinds of moves have a disastrous outcome when it takes you that long. But the unfortunate thing for them is they lost every single bounty rune, however, because they committed so many resources top close to minute 20, and that's just overall it's just a mistake. Like, you can't make an aggressive move up there this close to the bounties unless you expect it to be way faster, so you can retreat and get the rune in time when you're playing with Alchemist. So, what's your single target damage? Let's get back to that on Crazy. How do you kill this Alk now? Your Jugger doesn't hit hard yet. He's getting the Diffusal Manta now, though, so that's pretty solid. Ember is going into a Deso build for damage. Oh, might see some trouble here for Bryle.
Yep, Ember Spirit.
Yule in time.
Has the Yules.
Oh, he mistimed
into the Remnant. Another Remnant. Oh my god, he's gonna live.
Oh, crit.
Unreal.
Oh, no,
I
no,
hear
no,
an
no.
Echo Slam onto 2. Looks like Grimstroke might be the first to fall, but nice Boba mechanism will keep Fly alive a little bit longer, but still dies nonetheless. And Crit not able to find that Ember Spirit.
That is a really difficult rolling boulder to land. So I feel like that's a
Meander
forgivable mistake
chasing.
from Crit, but that would have been so big if he got him. Now instead he is space mode.
Yes, indeed. Is he going to attempt to TP? Oh, he doesn't have a TP for 25, actually.
This is one of those moments where that rolling boulder distance talent is so good.
Oh, they're going to
just
find a
keeps
kill on
getting away.
Enchantress at the very least. They don't even bother. They assume his TP is up. Little do they know. But yeah, that's very annoying hero to chase.
Alk.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. You talked about this combo. Buy back onto Enchantress. See if they go any further here. They know Echo Slam is down. They're going to take out Moon Meander first regardless, though. There's the wall. Only gets one hero, but it is the Juggernaut. That's the most important one to get. Alchemist. The Inkswell not going to do a whole lot here. Ember Spirit using himself. Actually, I believe that was Ryoya doing that. They're going to be able to clean him up as a result. The chain stuns are there. 3 dead for Crazy as Kezu looks to be next on the list. Gets stunned out. Do they have another one? They do very shortly in the Aether Remnant. And I do believe they're going to find this kill eventually as the chase onto AUI is there as well. Although Kezu, they're going to keep stunning him. This is the the best attempt of a TP I've ever seen. 5 for nothing. EG are back in the game.
Dude, I can tell you from Earth Spirit's perspective that it's so fucking funny and rewarding to play that moment. It's so stupid. Like, this guy keeps trying to TP 4 times in a row, and you just know you have the stun every time for him. Like, he's not getting out. So that was the really big moment where everything came together for EG. They had this fat Alchemist in the front line. They could use Surge really effectively. Since Alk feels like a monster, he just dove behind the tower and killed the Shaker. And the moment Crazy tried to help out, the whole team fight turnaround play was there from EG, with Darkseer getting involved, with Earth Spirit getting involved. And you can see what the makings, like the idea behind the strategy, the big picture here is from EG, just that the laning stage went so well for Crazy that this has taken longer than they would have liked. This would be a huge kill though. They found Ortiz this time alone.
Omni Slash, yeah,
And that is a kill, and that's a fucking big kill. Right there.
He did purchase a lot before he died. Almost done with his AC, which will be great for
Remember
his
though,
team.
Alchemist net worth is very big, so kill, very big gold.
Very big indeed.
Yes.
So Crazy still with the net worth lead, and it's
GG from Ortiz.
So last game was interesting. We kind of brought this up earlier, but I want to talk about it again. EG had somebody to fall back on because You head Bulba. Oh, we're going to see some pressure here. Looks like Kezu's going to get soulbound with Ember Spirit. Don't think we're going to have much follow-up, though. BKB on Ryoya, but he dies shortly after.
What?
Quite a blunder. Did he have his ultimate up? He had 2 charges. Wow.
He had 2 charges, Yules, and BKB, and just let them jump on him, stun him. Then he BKB'd and didn't press another button and died.
Misbound.
That
Definitely has the wrong hotkeys on
pretty
right now.
at all. A little bit of a choke moment, honestly. It feels like there from Ryoya. I think he even had vision with this ward. I think that was pre-placed. That's going to cost them a potential Roche that could really end up deciding the game. As they were just getting on the right track, and now they lost a really big bounty here.
Bulba has no vac for 10 seconds, and I believe that's about the time it's going to take out Roshan.
It's dead.
Down he goes. Juggernaut with the Aegis. Deso now on Ember. That did not drop from Roshan, in case you're wondering. He bought that himself. One day, of course, Deso will drop from Roshan, as will all items. I believe if the game goes 90 minutes, a Divine Rapier will drop from him. I'm sure they'll add that to the lore.
I honestly don't even think Rapier dropping from Roche at some point would be too ridiculous.
I know, nothing's too ridiculous anymore. Mumiana is going to jump in, gets the Echo Slam. Fissure's kind of on the wrong side, though. They might have to apply all the pressure to Bulba. They will take out Grimstroke. Bulba to follow. 2 for nothing. Both do have buyback if they want to continue on. Ryoya forced to use his BKB again. I believe that's an 8-second now. Was that a full charge when he started on that last fight? Yeah. So down to 8. And kind of what Alchemist. Arteezy wants to go in. He's just going to spin. Oh, he gets silenced
at the same time.
Very nice timing. This is the Aegis, though. Not sure if they want to commit any further. Very fast take out of the Aegis. He's going to attempt to TP out. And with no Basher, will be successful.
That's
Crit,
a dead edge, though.
Finds the Enchantress. Sentry is there. Concoction will connect. And AUI is blocked by his teammate. Tip immediately. Immediately. This is unacceptable. Someone. That was nice.
What are you going to do? It didn't matter. It died anyway, but it's still good to laugh at. It's good to have a laugh at somebody else's expense, am I right?
I agree. That's the American way. That's how all jokes are created. Oh, Ryoya level 16 now. Gets fissured into an enchant totem.
Oh.
And the Manta Style is doing so much.
Okay, he's fine.
He
I thought Jug was going to Omni Slash that. That was definitely a kill with Omni. But maybe Jug thought Shaker had Echo. Like, there might have been some miscommunication there. They definitely had the tools for the kill.
Mm-hmm. See, if he had Aghanim Scepter Cinder, and he wouldn't have to expend an Omni Slash. He would have a Swift Slash.
Yes, that's true.
Just think about it. Crit initiating onto Jug, who's silent. Has Manta in 1 second. Fissure coming in again. Arteezy looks to be getting some help from Bulba this time. Has Vac Wall if they want to actually continue this. Grimstroke taken out. Grimstroke seems to be... Flyja seems to be dying first in every fight, which is unfortunate. Not able to get soulbound off that time. Crit. Rolling away to safety. And EG is successful in their departure from that side of the map. I mean, the later this game goes, who do you favor, Synderin? Isn't it just Crazy's lineup just better? Way better late game?
It's debatable. I feel like Darkseer is always one of these like dark horses for late game. Just the Vac Wall combo with Concoction, with Earth Spirit, with getting an illusion of Jugger. There's so much that can happen. I don't really have a strong favorite for late game.
That is Bulba's strategy. Make your enemy team as strong as possible so you can get an illusion of them. Earthshaker taken out before he can use any spell. Ember Spirit silence for now. Impetus dealing heavy damage to Crit as Arteezy will chase Skeeter all by his lonesome. Will come back into the general fight as Bryle, very low on HP, gets the Yules off. Do they have anything? Yes, Aether Remnant. Easy kill. Feels like throwing away a couple kills here for Crazy is EG trying to get back into this game. Again, net worth lead is about even, but this is an Alchemist game, so Crazy's still winning for all intents and purposes. But they're not far off from throwing this game away.
The game is kind of on a knife's edge right now. I honestly, it's not really... There's no real favorite. It's really down to who gets a good initiation here. You need to, if you're Crazy, you need to try to poke and prod and see if you can force out a couple of defensive cooldowns and get a couple of heroes out of position so your Shaker can come in. I think the criminal thing is Moon Meander getting caught first. Like, that just can't happen. If the enemy team doesn't specifically know where he is, he can't really get caught first. Like the Void Spirit and the Earth Spirit can't roll in behind enemy lines and feel safe in this game. They can get caught by slide chains and get killed. They can get caught by a Sprout even and get killed on the Earth Spirit, in his case at least. There's a Juggernaut that can be really scary and turn around. You can get fissured. So Windmander needs to bide his time, stay far back, let the bigger boys in front, especially the Jugger, try to set him up for success, and then get that counter initiation. But it makes their game, it makes it a little bit trickier because Bryle kind of needs to set up, but he's also very weak defensively.
Crit rolls in. AUI silence. Bulba dealing massive damage with that Ion Shell. They're going to give up on the kill entirely as Fly again drops to his death. He's going to buy back immediately, but there's the root, there's the sheep. Bulba is donezo. He does have buyback, but no wall for another 96 seconds. See if he expends it or not. Crit stuck in kind of a corner right now. Ryoya comes in. Only has one ult charge right now.
Ward.
Poor Arteezy stuck in the trees. Does have quelling, but he has to put it back in from his backpack, so it's still on cooldown. Taking heavy damage. There's a buyback onto Bulba. The Omni Slash completely onto Arteezy. A huge kill coming in for Crazy. 70 seconds on the deck, and Bulba, again, no wall. All you can do is surge your teammates away. What level is the surge AoE? Is it 20? Oh, it's 25. Never mind. That's not happening.
No.
Goodness. I think the problem with EG's lineup is they don't really have much to fall back on past Arteezy, right? Void Spirit, not exactly. I mean, he's 9-3, so I guess it is a hero you can fear. But in terms of like a third option, like the last game, it made more sense to me. Like Phoenix taking the farm, he'll have a lot more impact. The Ags ended up doing nothing that game.
Yeah.
But I think if they hold on a little bit longer, get like a Shiva's or even that refresher, then things can definitely turn. But this game, like, what's your big turning point from a support standpoint? Is there anything that changes the game, or is it just on Bulba's shoulders to get like a back wall wombo combo?
I think it's teamwork that's going to turn the game. Like their lineup will always have this either wombo combo potential or just flat out outplay potential with mobility, right? You have Yules, you have mobility, you have roll, you have surge, all this stuff where you can try to kite and delay fights until the enemy is in a bad position and maybe expend resources like healing ward or expend the mech pipe from Nature's Prophet and they all run out and then you can turn. But at the same time, you're dealing with Chemical Rage, just like the big one, right? If that gets outlasted, Arteezy is so weak. Alchemist has this lifetime of 25 seconds, and after that, the hero is just like half as good. So it is really delicate. And the main thing you should be looking for as EG is try to isolate a target where you force the enemy team to group up to help him, right? Like if Ryoya plus Crit, for example, can open on Shaker, if possible, that's the ideal target. That's probably not going to happen. So if you can find Ember, if you can even find Ench with some detection, and have the rest of the team on backup, when Crazy try to assist, you can get that turnaround combo out with Soulbind, with double concoction, and hopefully with a vacuum into wall plus Earth Spirit silence. There hasn't been a vac wall this game, right? Like it's been 32 minutes. I don't remember seeing a combo coming out from Bulba yet.
Nothing noticeable, at least.
So
yeah.
He got a wall off in the last fight, but he had vacuum on cooldown. So he only got a wall on the Jugger and no like combo with it. Now he has level 4 vacuum and the talent. That makes things a lot easier. Last time he had to deal with level 3 vacuum. So now it went from, what's that? It went from 500 AoE to now 625 with the talent. Or is it 700 now? Either way. It's much easier now.
Roshan is not up.
Gotta keep doing what they're doing. Control the map, push down lanes, and then try to get Roshan. Aegis on Jugger is really good this game, or Ember for that matter. Whoever they want. Kind of like a bit more Jugger, so they can go hit high grounds, but
Roshan respawn. It's gonna be a pretty quick one coming up. They're gonna smoke in anticipation. If they can get the jump, it'll be a big deal. If you can take out Earthshaker like they did last time, they'll have a decent chance at these fights. And obviously, we talked about the wombo combos. There's Darkseer surging in Arteezy. Kezu inside the trees. Gonna initiate with that newly picked up Abyssal Blade. There's the Echo Slam onto a couple here. Soulbind onto 2. That's a double Yules. Omni Slash on top now. 2 for nothing in favor of EG as Cricket's taken out in quick succession now. Crazy. Continuing this attempt is buyback onto Earth Spirit. As it looks like this fight is turning in favor of EG quite heavily. AUI now on the run. So the lone survivor will be the Ember Spirit. Did cost the Earth Spirit the buyback. triple kill for Arteezy.
They got the combo
All
there.
about that.
Kezza was in a
that was
really
good.
awkward position, sprouted himself, got Abyssal Bladed by Arteezy, who Crazy couldn't really turn on instantly. And then as soon as they tried, they got Vac Walled with Earth Spirit Silence. That's the combo right there. Big payoff as they get Shaker in that combo. He got Echo Slam off, but it didn't really do anything. And instantly getting combo down afterwards didn't get the full spell combo out. And now it goes back the other way. EG with a good fight, getting themselves their first Aegis. I wonder who you put it on, though. I think you should put it probably on Ryoya, but it looks like they're planning on Arteezy. It's just, I don't know how useful his second life is in this game, being a transformation hero, but they might have a way of setting this up the way that they want. He is still a difficult kill without it.
Maybe
so.
the way they're looking at it is, like, how do you kill... I mean, we've seen Ryoya die a couple times, but in theory with BKB, there's literally nothing they can do against him for that amount of time, at least.
Yeah.
And they're hoping to win the fight in that
I mean, he
amount of time
definitely
as
should
well.
be fine. It's just, at the same time, this is an item slot for Arteezy, right? He's going to have gold to get something right now that could be in this Aegis slot.
How about an Ags for a teammate, Synderin? Ever
Could do
think of that?
Axe on Void Spirit in this game sounds really good. Getting the
Not
silence
particularly
against Shaker
Ember,
and Ember.
But yeah. Well,
Ember
that's
has
2
BKB.
Yules on each
Just
side.
even forcing defensive items is really good value. It matters a lot.
And it only consumes 1 out of the 2 chargers as well, so
Abyssal.
pretty valuable.
If he gets a lucky
Abyssal, there
bash
we
here.
go. Alchemist. Arteezy not able to finish off Bryle. Never lucky for Arteezy. Gonna get Searing Chained.
Maybe the thought here is, during Chemical Rage, we're not going to die. When Chemical Rage expires, we will stay alive long enough that when the Aegis pops, we'll have Chemical Rage for a second life. The total downtime is 30 seconds, so maybe that is playable for them. And it gives Arteezy way more freedom when he runs in. He can run in without ulti on. That's the other option. Just not pop ulti, die the first time, and then have ulti on his second life.
Yeah, very true.
There's many options here. Moon Meander.
Moon Meander
they
with
missed the
spider
silence.
legs coming up
Crit
the
missed.
cliff. Oh, there's the Soulbind onto 2. Can they follow this up with anything? Defensive Yules by
dead
Ember
again.
Spirit. There's the roll-in. Ember Spirit taking massive amounts of damage. Has to pop the BKB. Gets the Searing Chains off as well. The Sleight of Fist. Omni Slash doing a lot of damage. Not able to take out Bulba, but Fly, as usual, will be the first death in the fight. Is very unlucky on his part, actually, with that Omni Slash.
Moon Meander can
But I'm
count
sure
his
he'd be
lucky
happy with
stars
that.
too. He survived on like 50 health in the backline. Had to echo to get away from Arteezy, but in many ways definitely should have died there. Just a bit too exposed once again, and Arteezy's going to jump on that opportunity. That could have gone way worse for Crazy, but actually, just trading 1 hero for a tower here, they should be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Overall, with what was the writing on the wall for that fight, that could have been so much worse. Bulba will get away.
And it looks like everyone will get away safely. So if they're... who is Arteezy still here?
I don't know
If
how much
he
I
does
like
go
this
for
gnome
Axe, which
here.
I don't know he is, do you think Void Spirit is the choice? I think so. I think Grimstroke is maybe
or-
number 2 on the list, actually.
Grimstroke
for
is
the
really
Juggernaut
good
illusion.
too. Grimstroke Illusion of Jugger is no joke. It's really strong. And
Wait, is Darkseer Axe still the illusion thing, or did they change it? I can't remember.
it makes his wall longer.
Is wall long? It does something else. I can't remember. I have to...
It says on
Alright,
it,
you
increases
cast, I'll
wall
check.
length.
That's it? That's it?
That's what it says on the Axe.
No, it has to like slow more or something. That sounds awful. Enchantress, Dunzo.
I actually don't remember. I genuinely don't.
It literally just says increases wall. That can't be right. He bought an Axe. All right, we'll see.
I think he's going to give it to Grim.
I think there's more to it, man.
Oh,
There has to be
Shaker
the-
again.
Uh,
Moon
yeah,
Mander's totally
he's
out
dead.
of position here.
all right, who does he give it to?
Wait, what was even the hope there? What were they hoping for? They have
They're
2
just
dead
feeding
heroes.
now.
Dude, that
Ay,
is...
ay, ay.
Man, what a travesty.
bad.
You're 3-on-5, you jump into the river. Like, maybe with their vision, they hope they could pull a quick one on Bulba with Shaker plus Jug, but how do you expect to not get counterplayed there? That was... Honestly, that was kind of crazy. That's a bit disrespectful.
No pun intended.
to the enemy. Like, I mean, maybe they're desperate and they feel like, okay, if we don't make a surprise play here, we're going to lose, but both of their dead heroes had buyback, and they could have pulled a defense here. Now, instead, this lane is absolutely dead. And,
Where's
well,
his axe?
is Arteezy just going to try to end
That's all
it?
I care about. He bought an Axe. Where is it? For God's
Probably
sake.
on the way on the courier. Maybe they killed the courier? I didn't see it.
He's going for the tier 4s now. Juggernaut is down for 50 seconds. No buyback. And as you alluded to, the Aegis is still intact for Arteezy. I'm not sure how much longer, though. Can't be that much more. They actually going for the win or just the tower and the mid racks? Because they can't go for megas, that's for sure.
keeps going.
Yeah.
He's trying to force a
slowed
buyback
now.
from Jugger. It's not there, though.
It absolutely is not there. Soulbind does come off as Fly dies yet again.
Moon Meander.
But for the betterment
trouble.
of his team, double Yules. Moon Meander very low. Looks like the spray will not be enough to kill him. He can come back with Echo Slam as well.
This is a
So
pretty
still something
admirable
to-
defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Juggernaut's up in 10 seconds, so I think EG needs to be on the run now without their Grimstroke. And Aegis, again, has to be relatively soon. It's going to pop. There's the Echo Slam onto a couple of heroes. Buyback onto Fly. Darkseer not able to get off any spells. Ryoya has another charge to expend if he really wants to get out of dodge, but they're going to use all their buybacks that they can just to finish this game if they can win this fight, which they probably will. The Omni Slash on 2 heroes. It's mostly on the Alchemist, but a crit, beautiful Ghost Scepter, tanking a lot of that damage, or mitigating, I should say. Here comes Ryoya. Massive damage. Triple kill for Arteezy as the buybacks galore come out for Crazy, but they know Juggernaut didn't have buyback last time, in all likelihood does not have it now.
Yep.
Up, Searing Chains. Not enough, as Bryle might be taken out here. Do they have a stun? BKB is popped. Looks like he'll be
Abyssal
safe
was
for
on
now.
cooldown. That would have been a kill, probably. But it's still really bad
continue on.
news. Alchemist has ult in 15. And they still have a creep wave. I think AUI is trying his best to get rid of the creeps here. Just buying time, running in. Sprout
Alchemist
is delaying.
very slowly attacking the Ancient.
Crit is going to
finally
remove
has his
trees
ult
with the
available.
silence.
Juggernaut, again, 50 seconds on the deck. Bulba, no wall to speak of. Ryoya just creating as much space as he can. BKB's popped galore, and looks like they're going to be able to take out the Ancient eventually. But the Sprout being very annoying. Oh, the backdoor protection, but they're actually going to go through it.
It was almost enough.
EG win the
Almost.
series 3-1. All right, I'm so confused. Was the Aghanims at base the whole time? I have to look at his inventory
I didn't
right
see
now.